my name is CanadianWaffle, and today we are going to be taking a look at everything the Graveyard mini-biome can do for you, whether for good or for bad, in Terraria Journey's End. Before we begin, I'd like to quickly cover the YouTube stuff, so if you learned something new in today's video, it would be greatly appreciated if you like and subscribe, or the wyvern will kill you 1,000 times over. But now, without further ado, let's take a look at a wonderfully spooky, brand new biome. Graveyards are created out of the player's graves, or if you're playing on hardcore mode, the NPC's graves for that matter. A gravestone has 6 different phases. On your first 3 tombstones in a given area is phase 1. Nothing really changes. The 4th tombstone, your screen starts to get a little more desaturated. The 5th one, even more so. On number 6, the ecto mist starts spawning on the area around your graveyard. And 7, it gets even darker. And with 8, you have a full-on graveyard. Occasionally, you'll see stuff like lightning flashing in the background. It's very atmospheric. You can have more than 8 graves in a graveyard, but this is the max you need to get everything out of your graveyard. Because at 5 tombstones, ghosts, zombies, and demon eyes will spawn even during the day. At 6 gravestones, you get a special type of zombie called maggot zombies, which are right here. They look a little spooky, and they spawn maggots when killed. And at 7 tombstones, you get a bunch of special crafts and NPC sales, which we're going to take a look at in a minute. Now, a lot of people might have already experienced a graveyard mini-biome, especially if you're trying out Master Mode for the first time. Players' bases early game tend to become graveyards quite quick, and I myself did experience that at the beginning of my Master Mode playthrough. It was certainly a lot to handle. However, graveyards do have many cool features. So if we just open up this little loot chest of goodies, you'll see that we've got so many items. Starting off, we've got gemstone blocks. I'm using rubies to represent, but you can use any gem, including amber, to make the stone block variant. Variant. There we go. I can speak. And when mined up, they turn back into rubies. You can also use those stone blocks to make the gemstone walls. There are spider walls, which are crafted with cobwebs at the crafting table, or perhaps the heavy workbench. Most crafting objects are done with the heavy workbench in the graveyard, but for some you will also need the anvil and the crafting table. So with these 3... Did I just say crafting table? Hold on. I mean workbench. You know what I mean. I've been playing too much Minecraft. But anyways, all of the crafting recipes are contained within the workbench, heavy workbench, and anvil. So if you've got those 3 within your ectomist, you are good to go for everything that I have to show off today. There are 8 different dirt wall variants, made of dirt, of course. And there are 6 stone wall variants. Oh, 7? Yeah, 7. I can count. And using jungle seeds, you can also make 2 different jungle wall variants, the jungle vine wall and the leafy jungle wall. If you take your blue, pink, or green bricks from the dungeon, you can make the cracked bricks of whatever color you have. Mine was blue. If you take 50 stone and 5 boulders, you can make a boulder statue, which does indeed hang off of blocks, and it also does spawn boulders when activated, in case you were wondering. Looks a little bit like that. Something to note, however, is that it does have a 15-second cooldown between spawning boulders, so you can't just spam them like crazy and, go nuts on your friends or whatever you want to do with them. You'll need to wait 15 seconds in between powering the boulder for it to work. We've also got the rolling cactuses. You can make a rolling cactus from the underground desert for 6 cactus. You can also craft the stone accent slabs, which, as the tooltip says, it is a stone slab variant that merges differently with nearby blocks. It is favored by advanced builders. If you take ice from the snowy cold biome, you can make thin ice, which breaks when fallen on. This stuff gets me all the time in the underground snow biome. Taking some iron to an anvil in the ectomist, and you get yourself some wrought iron fence, which definitely suits the graveyard look. Pull together some more iron and wood, and you've got yourself a gravedigger's shovel. This thing allows you to dig up graves almost immediately and also blocks underneath them. But it can only break soft blocks, can't do anything for stone. If you grab either some rotten stuff from the corruption or spinal cord vertebrae from the Crimson, depending on what you have in your world, along with some more iron and wood, you can create the Coffin Minecart, a vanity minecart skin. And if you just grab 6 wood, you can make a tattered wood sign, which is what I'm using over here. It looks very nice. And that just about sums it up for what you can make in the ectomist of the graveyard. However, we're not done, because 5 different NPCs have special things for sale when in the graveyard, and it's time to showcase all of those off. The NPCs in question are the arms dealer, the clothier, the cyborg, party girl, and the dye trader. Firstly, the quad barrel shotgun is something sold by the arms dealer. It shoots 4 bullets. Hold on, let me get some to demonstrate. Here we go. As you can see, just fires out 4 lovely blasts of bullet. After that, we've got a bunch of different vanity sets from the clothier. We've got the Victorian goth hat and dress, gravedigger hat and coat, the funeral pants, coat, and hat, as well as the tragic umbrella, which does 17 melee damage and works a little bit like short swords did before 1.4. Here's what you look like with the funeral set. Very stylish. Here's the Victorian goth set. Certainly fits. And here is the gravedigger set. Personally, my favorite of the 3. It looks quite nice. Number 3, we've got the cyborg, and this one is probably the most important and coolest of them yet. We've got Spectre goggles and echo blocks. Now, if you haven't heard the news, echo blocks look like this. Pretty cool, right? Right? Oh, that's right. You can't see them. If you put on the Spectre goggles in one of your accessory slots, you can see that the echo goggles, or the echo blocks, are the game's very first invisible blocks. Without the Spectre goggles, you cannot see them in the slightest. You can actuate them and do everything you would with a normal block. The only difference is that you can't see them without the Spectre goggles. This is going to be huge for map makers and, you know, stuff like that. It's big. It's great. You could write a secret message. You can do all sorts of stuff. From the party girl, we have release doves. You can release some doves at a funeral for your Terraria, I don't know. What would you have a funeral for? Guess yourself? Oh no, look at me, I died 8 times. Rip. Birds. And finally, from the dye trader, we get a new dye, Fog Bounce dye, which turns everything sort of misty, a little bit glimmery, and more desaturated. Let's check this out in some normal light. Yeah, you can see we're like covered in mist. I actually really like the look of this one. This could go quite well with some of the vanity sets actually from the graveyard. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes my time with you guys today. We've taken a look at every special item that can be obtained from the graveyard biome and what it can do for you. So, I hope you learned something. Thank you very much for watching until the end. And make sure to check out my Discord where you can talk with me when I'm not in the comments section, ask questions, whatever you want. And otherwise, stay safe, stay healthy, keep your chin up, gamers. We'll get out of this mess eventually. And have a good day. Goodbye.